First story. OP's girlfriend aborted their baby and told him the day he proposed, believing her jealous friend's lies that OP cheated on her, and now begging for a second chance after learning the truth. I am going to clear this up right now and say yes, I am pro-choice. She would be the one growing a baby inside her, so she has the right to make whatever choice she wants. At the same time, anyone has the right to end a relationship whenever, and for whatever reason they want. This is going to be a long story. My apologies in advance. On to the actual story. My ex-girlfriend Jas 25F and I 24M were together for 2 years. We had an amazing relationship. It just felt like we understood each other perfectly. We're both Punjabi Canadian American and currently live on the West Coast, so there are some cultural stigmas at play here that we overcame. My parents absolutely loved Jas and basically considered her to be a daughter. Her parents and siblings were amazing and very welcoming to me. When we wanted to move in together, literally no one objected. And while some people in our community criticized the move, our parents didn't care. Anyway, last week, I was away on a trip for work and came home Friday evening. I got her parents' blessing to propose before I left, and my plan was to take her to our spot, the highest point of a hill that oversees our city, on Saturday and ask her to marry me. I had a few of our friends get to the spot about 30 minutes before us to take some pictures. Saturday. When we get there, I propose. Jas starts crying. I think it's happy crying. She gets down on her knees, hugs me, and says she has to tell me something. It turns out she found out she was pregnant the day I left for the trip and took an abortion pill the next day. Every day for the last 3 months, Jas has been telling me she can't wait for us to become parents and experimenting with what our kids are going to be named. So now that she finds out she is pregnant and we are going to be parents, she decides not to even tell me that she was pregnant and gets an abortion. We talked every single day while I was away, so she had every chance to tell me. 1, she was pregnant. 2, she wanted to get an abortion. And 3, she got an abortion. Obviously, the choice to keep or abort the baby is hers, but she chose to hide it. On top of that, were those 3 months of her fantasizing about becoming parents and starting a family a lie. All the trust I had in her was lost in that moment. One of her friends came over to where we were talking and asked if everything was okay. Jas told her that we needed to talk and everyone should leave. I didn't really know what to say, so I just held Jas' hand, and we walked back down to my car and drove home. She was crying and begging me to talk the whole way. I just asked her 2 questions. Why hide the pregnancy from me? Why get an abortion? My initial guess was that she was afraid of what our parents would say fair enough about having a baby before marriage, but I was so wrong. She said she told her parents the night she found out, and they were supportive of whatever she chose to do. She admitted that she lied to her parents, as she told me. Anyway, she also told her best friend Lily, who did not show up to the hilltop proposal, which I thought was weird, but didn't think too much of it and asked for her advice. Lily told her that I was cheating. I have never cheated, and she should abort the baby, as she didn't deserve to be tied to me for 18 years. Jas didn't believe her, but said she would get a private investigator to look into me and get an abortion in the meantime. By the time we got home, I knew the full truth and decided that our relationship was over. She hid that she was pregnant from me. She hid getting an abortion. She lied to her parents about telling me. On top of that, she trusted her friend more than me and decided to have a private investigator look into me. The love I had for Jas was gone. I calmly told her that we were done and asked her to pack her things and be gone by the next morning. It's my apartment since before we met, and her parents live 20 minutes away, and she has her own car and left to go stay in a hotel room for the night. She begged me not to leave her and to try to see things from her angle. I had texts and calls from our friends asking what happened, but I didn't respond to anything. I just ate and fell asleep. Sunday. I go back home the next morning and see she hasn't packed anything. We had the exact same conversation as the day before. I tell her that she has 2 options. She can either pack her things and leave on her own, or I will put all her things into some garbage bags and go drop them off at her parents' place. I leave and spend the night at a hotel again. Monday. I woke up to a text from her telling me that she had left and that she was sorry. I also got a text from her parents saying they're sorry on behalf of Jas. I responded by saying there was nothing for them to apologize for, asking them to take care of Jas and thanking them for their love and support. Later, she announced to our friends that we had broken up in our group chat. She didn't specify the reason and just said we wanted different things. That evening, I got a message from Lily asking to meet up and saying she is worried and wants to check up on me with a red heart emoji. I had no interest in this and didn't reply. I sent a screenshot of the message to Jas. Jas and Lily got into a heated argument in the girls-only group chat. As per a screenshot I received from one of the other girls, Emma, in the group, Jas blamed Lily for manipulating her into getting an abortion and for ruining our relationship, and Lily admitted that she was jealous of Jas and had a crush on me and tried apologizing. I got a lot of crying voice notes from Jas that night, apologizing more and begging me to take her back. I felt bad for her, but I can't trust her anymore. I didn't respond and asked Emma to check up on Jas and make sure she was okay. Tuesday, Wednesday. Emma told me that Jas is okay, and I thanked her for checking on her on Tuesday. Nothing on Wednesday. Thursday. I meet a girl at the gym, and we start talking, and we make plans to meet up the following day. Nothing from Jas, Emma, or anyone regarding the situation. Friday. I go for a walk in the city with a new girl, and we grab dinner together. Before anyone asked, I was upfront with her about my situation with Jas, and she said she didn't mind. Saturday. I walk to my favorite cafe to get some work done on a personal project. As I'm working, Jas sits down across the table from me. She has admitted to following me for the last few days. She's crying, yelling, and apologizing all at once. She says she's willing to overlook me going on a date with someone else. I packed up my stuff, grabbed her hand, and went outside, where we could talk without causing a scene. I tell her calmly that I will always love her, but I can no longer be with her. I told her I hope she heals, moves on, and finds someone new who brings her all the happiness in the world. She was following me on foot, so I drove her to her parents' place, and she asked me to hug her one last time, which I did, and we said our goodbyes. As soon as I get home, I'm bombarded by messages and calls from Jas' friends, except Lily and Emma, who accuse me of destroying her mental well-being and self-esteem. To be completely honest, I have no idea what I did now that they're all mad about. Telling her I hope she finds someone else and finds happiness. I don't know anymore. I've silenced my phone, and I'm here typing this, wondering if I went about this the wrong way. I've never used Reddit before, and I'm hoping I can get some unbiased opinions here. Ada. Update. Most people said I wasn't an A for breaking up with her, but I was an arsehole for going on a date with someone else less than a week later. I've never really been one to process or heal. I've always been someone who moves on from anything good or bad pretty much immediately, and maybe that will bite me in the arse one day, but who knows? Anyone who says that I never loved her is wrong. I loved her more than anything, and would have done anything for her. That's why I proposed to her. Anyway, after being bombarded by messages last Saturday from Jas' friends, I didn't respond and blocked everyone other than Emma. Next few days. Turns out, the gym girl had a boyfriend, so I ended things with her, let her boyfriend know what was going on, and apologized to him for my part in this. Other than that, life has been as usual. Go to work, hit the gym, work on my personal projects, etc. Friday night last night. I had some of my friends over, and we were drinking and playing poker. I heard a knock on the door around midnight, and it was Jas, and she said that she needed to talk to me. I told her to wait in my room, and I would come talk to her after my friends left. After that, our mini party died down, and my friends started asking me questions about what I was going to do and left soon after. I went to my room and found Jas sleeping in my bed. I just adjusted her blanket, walked out of the room, and fell asleep on my couch. Saturday today. I was a bit hungover and woke up to Jas cooking breakfast in my kitchen. She profusely apologized and begged for another chance at our relationship, and it seemed genuine. She told me that she wasn't sure if she wanted to have a baby before we were married, and she wanted to talk to me about it and have me involved if we did get an abortion when I came back. But her friend accused me of cheating, and she wasn't thinking clearly after that, which led to her lying and suspecting me. She said that she still wanted to be my wife and would do anything to get my trust back. I told her I would think about it. On one hand, apart from this incident, she is everything I would want in a wife, and our relationship was pretty much perfect. On the other hand, a simple accusation was enough for her to believe I was cheating without any evidence, which shows her lack of trust in me. How can I be sure she won't react similarly if a similar situation comes up in the future? I have no idea how to deal with this or what to do. I might share more updates, but I don't know. Update. I have made up my mind that I'm done with Jas and let her know last night. I've blocked her and her friends. Reading through all the advice in my previous posts definitely helped. This morning, I got a call from an unknown number. I interviewed for a job at a different company in a city a couple of hours away a few weeks ago and never heard back, so I assumed I didn't get the job. Well, I got the job, a significant increase in pay, and better seniority, and they want me to start next month. I'll take it as a sign of better things ahead. I'm going to hand in my 2-week notice later this week, take some PTO, and fly to India to spend some time with my grandparents before starting this new job. Thanks to everyone who commented or messaged. You guys helped me see the long term. Second story. Parents who neglected me in favor of my golden child sister until I cut ties with them, now reaching out demanding I pay for my sister's college and a house so she doesn't have to work, saying I owe it to them. I just laughed and shut them down. Now they are saying my sister is pregnant. I was always ignored by my parents when I was younger. My mom would always favor my sister because she got top marks on everything. But don't get me wrong, I got good grades as well, mostly B plus S and A's. My sister 20 went to a private school funded by my parents, of course, while I had to rack up thousands of student debt just to go to college. My sister always got everything, whether it was new shoes or the latest iPhone. Whatever it was, she got it. When I was 16, my parents helped me get my dream PC. But when my sister found out about this, she had a meltdown. She said, and I quote, "Why does he get everything that he wants?" Yes, she said that and stormed off to her bedroom. When her birthday rolled around, she was expecting the latest iPhone and a new MacBook Pro for school. But she got more than that. She got 2 MacBooks, one for home and one for school. She also got an iPhone 11 Pro Max with 1 TB of storage. To her, seeing this, she said, "OMG, you got the wrong color." I was shocked, and they went back to the store and got her the right color. I had never gotten anything like that before. But that's just the start. When it was my birthday, she would beg to blow out the candles, open my presents, and cut the cake. This was on my 14th birthday. My grandpa was shocked. My grandparents are strict on this, so to say they were shocked is an understatement. He then told me to leave the room, and oh my, did my grandparents let them have it. And those are just 2 of the many things that have happened. The time when this happened was just 2 years ago. 2 years ago was my sister's graduation, and she was spoiled by gifts from friends and, of course, my parents. Bear in mind that they didn't even come to my graduation because I was not making them proud. When my sister got called up on stage, my parents had paid. Yes, you heard that. People in the audience to cheer and clap for my sister to make her feel special. I was so mad at this that I got up and left. When my parents got home, they called me and said, "How dare you leave in the middle of your sister's graduation?" And that's when I snapped. I told them why I would stay if they paid people to cheer in the audience, and that they always left me out. They always brought my sister everything, so my sister would never have to work and just focus on school, while I had to work while in school if I wanted anything. My sister got whatever she wanted, even if it was on my birthday, and they never noticed me apart from my birthday. After I said that she was quiet, I heard my dad get past the phone, and he scolded me for talking to them like that. He also heard the entire thing because my mom has the phone on speaker. That's when I told him that I absolutely despise them, that they were bad parents, and that I don't like them. That was a year ago, and my mom contacted me out of the blue, saying that my sister needed money, and they had found out that I had gotten a lot of money from investing and working as a district manager for where I live. They proceeded to ask for money to help my sister buy a house. I was confused and asked why. They said, "After all we did for you, and you're asking why we are asking for money from you?" And I said to them, "After all you have done for me, you made my sister do nothing while I had to do everything." And I hung up. This was 3 days ago, and I'm not answering their texts or calls as begging, and then getting mad at me. I honestly don't know what to do. If you have any advice, then please tell me. Update. Thank you all so much for the support and what I should do. I also just want to clear something up. English is my second language, and my phone has autocorrect on. Today I contacted my parents, saying I would not be buying or helping my sister get a house. My dad was furious, saying, "Could you do this to your sister?" My parents came on to tell me that my sister was pregnant. I asked, "Does she have a boyfriend?" They went on to tell me no, and that's why she needed the house. I was confused, and then it clicked. She was going round and round and having intercourse with people from her college, and I asked if that was true. They went quiet, and I knew that was the case. This is not what I was expecting. I'm not sure if I should go to NC anymore because my parents are making me feel obligated to help. I am stuck between options. If I figure out what to do, I'll make another update. Update. Hi everybody, I have a big update for you all. Please forgive my grammar. I am on my phone right now. So as suggested, I went LC with my parents and NC with my sister. I told my parents that they would not be receiving any of my money and that I wanted LC with them. Of course, They didn't take this well and accused me of wanting my sister to have no education. I said sorry. I don't understand why she doesn't just get loan. And they said that they don't want her to get loan so that her credit score isn't that bad. They went on to say that you make 300k, 570k AUD a year, 210k, 450k USD. I told them that it varies and that it can be a 100k AUD year. It just depends on what the stock market is like. I am an investor. But I made 560k in 2020 due to the pandemic, 300k in 2021, 370k in 2022, and 190k so far for this year. They said to me that it doesn't matter, and it's only a total of 150k AUD to go to her dream school to get her majors plus living costs plus extra fees like going out, so she would never have to work. I told my parents no. My family is now divided, and my sister called me and said I'm such a stupid N-word BTW. I'm Black, Asian, and European, and she is European and somewhat a little bit Asian. We have different moms. I was shocked and told her to never contact me again. Because she contacted me on my home phone, I was able to get the call recorded and send it to my entire family. This caused my dad and mom to get bombarded with texts and calls from people telling them they should disown my sister. Of course, they said a firm no when my grandparents heard this. Dad's side, they told him they had 90 days to move out. And it turns out my parents were slowly buying the house by paying $1,700 in rent a month to buy it. They had been doing that for 5 years now. It's a house worth $1.7 million. And my parents still had to pay $1.6 million to pay it off. So here comes my revenge. I told my grandpa I would buy the house for $1.8 million, and he said sure, and just like that, the house was mine. I then told my parents they had 30 days to find another place, and I would be happy to give them one of my properties, but it would only have a 3-bedroom house and a 1-acre property. They said fine, but how much would it be? I told them that it would be $200,000, and I said they could pay me in a rent system for $800 a month. I was trying to make them buy it above the market price. And guess what? They ate it right up. They paid $195k right then and there, and I said to them, don't worry about the rest. But the good thing is that they will be a 3-hour drive away from my family, and my sister won't be able to get to the university that she wanted to go to. I know this probably wasn't the update you all were hoping for, but I got them out of my life, and that's all you care about. Third story. My boyfriend gifted my handmade art to his mother to cover his arse after forgetting her birthday. But I made it for my mom, so I took it back. Now my boyfriend is fuming and says I ruined his relationship with his mom and broke up with me. I make really cool vases as a hobby. These can take weeks to complete and are always made with the gift in mind. My mom 50 and I have always been into nature together. We hike, we own animals, and we eat outside if we can. I guess being into nature sounds weird. We just like being outside. So I made my mom a Siamese cat urn. It looks like a vase, but the top is the cat's ears. It is super cute, and I love the way it turned out. No one died or anything. It was just the style of the piece. I had finished it and taken it to my apartment, wrapped it up, and been so excited about it. Well, my boyfriend's mother came over, and he didn't get her a Christmas or birthday present. She loves cats, so he just gave her the piece I made, which she loved. My boyfriend does not live with me. He has his own apartment near his school. His mother came over before we went over for dinner to see my new kitten. She was in tears over how nice the present was, and I ruined it. I told her that the presents must have gotten mixed up. They were made for my mother. She got a bit upset, gave it back, and then my boyfriend went out to dinner with her. He said it would be best if I didn't come. I guess she cried the whole way, and he didn't have a present for her, so he looked like a bad son. I have trouble seeing where I am at fault. I understand that the nice thing would have been to remake a gift, or let her just have it. However, it was one of my best pieces, and I always give my mother the art I make. She loves it. She shows it off to everyone. It is something she takes great pride in. She has one from every Christmas, and I never miss a year. She even shows off the crappy lumps I made as a kid. My boyfriend wants to talk tomorrow. I am not sure if he is going to break up with me or if he wants to yell at me for it. I just need to know what people think. Was I a jerk? My boyfriend seems to think I am. I love this guy very much, and I really love his mom. She is super sweet and kind, and she never really gets nice things. I still don't think it is my job to cover for his lack of foresight. Her birthday comes every year on the same day. It's not like it surprises him. I got her a card and a book, which I thought was nice. She thanked me for them later over text, but she seemed really sad about the cat vase. I guess she was hoping I either made her something, or that my boyfriend actually got her something she really liked. She loves cats, and he has never gotten her anything cat-themed. There are always some cooking supplies or an apron, which means he sucks at presents. So I am just not sure what to think. Does anyone have an idea what to do in this situation? TLDR. My boyfriend tried to give away an art piece I made for my mother. I took it back from his mother, and now she is upset. My boyfriend is mad, and I think I am getting broken up with. Relevant comments. Princess Awesomeness. I don't really have advice to give, but I want you to know that I think your actions were quite reasonable. Your boyfriend should not have taken the gift that you'd made specifically for your mother. It stinks that his mother was hurt, but I think if you'd let him get away with it, it would set a bad precedent. Good for you for standing up for yourself. If he decides to break up with you over this, it's due to his own flaws and immaturity. He could have asked you to make something for his mother, or found something that she'd like, and he didn't. Don't apologize for your actions. If anything, he owes you a massive apology for trying to steal your mother's present and making you look like the bad guy to his mother. Sleep fight. To be honest, I'd dump him for giving away something that you made for your mom without consulting you and blaming you for the fallout it created. He could have asked you to make one for her. You're not a jerk, he is. Hanavasri. You did nothing wrong. You made something that you spent a lot of time and love on for your mother. And if he doesn't understand or respect that, then that's on him. While that sucks for his mom, that isn't your problem. You seem like a compassionate person, which is why you feel bad. But I think your boyfriend was expecting to use that in his favor, which isn't okay. Update. I want to thank everyone for all the help. A few people advised that I should have just let his mom have the gift. This is not something I feel comfortable doing. I don't make art to sell. I make art to give to people who I love very much. So each piece has a lot of love in it. My now ex-boyfriend showed up around 4 p.m. and wanted to talk at me. He just told me he was disappointed and that he had taken a lot of sweet talk to make his mother understand what happened. He told her I mixed up the packages, but that I had one for her that I just needed to get. I told him I didn't have anything for her and that I was not going to be helping him out. He could go buy one for her and pass it off as handmade, but I was not covering for him. I told him I felt that his behavior was cruel to me, the effort I put into my art, and my mom, his mom, just everyone. He told me that he expected better. He would not apologize. He just kept getting angrier and angrier. He ended up grabbing a piece I made earlier this year. I was really proud of it. It was a mermaid on a rock. He said he would give this to her and that I could find a new boyfriend. I told him if he left with it, I would call the police. We weren't screaming, but we were both really angry. He slammed it back down on my table. He told me that he never wanted to see me again and that I should call him when I grow up. I told him we were over. He was no longer my boyfriend, and I wanted nothing to do with him. I said he could take the clay back if he wanted, but I had already returned his Xbox to the store. He told me to keep the effing clay, and he wouldn't have apologized if he knew I wasn't giving him the present. He called me a liar and said I had ruined his holiday. According to the dribble coming out of his mouth, his mom was really hurt and had left town early. He thought giving her a piece and shifting the blame to me for getting would make it better. I told him to just leave. So now I am single, with a lot of clay and a lightly cracked mermaid statue. I am not sure how to feel about this, but Dobby is free. TLDR, I broke up with him. Thank you for watching the video. If you are interested in listening to these kinds of stories, we've got more in store for you. Simply subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it with your friends.